the security services. Israel with a blunt warning.
The highest risk job right now is to be the new Ayatollah. That's a high risk job.
They're going to be targeted.
Don't take those jobs. We're watching you.
Over the weekend, Israel, for the first time, targeting Iran's critical infrastructure. Massive fireballs lit the city with an eerie orange glow. The Red Crescent says over 1,300 have been killed. And in the streets, rivers of fire as oil leaked into Iran's sewage system and ignited. We asked the head of Israel's opposition party why they're targeting energy infrastructure.
This is where the money is coming from, and therefore, if this will be gone, their ability to do this is going to be reduced significantly.
In response, Iran firing swarms of drones. This oil refinery in Bahrain targeted. Kuwait's social security building turned into a tower of flames. Even Dubai's airport hit. Iran now also changing tactics, turning to cluster munitions, several hitting Tel Aviv. You can see where one of those submunitions just punched right through the concrete here, and it detonated, firing shrapnel and concrete in every direction. 5 people were wounded. And Israel's bomb squad showing us one of those downed missiles. What you are seeing here, this is just the fuel tank of one of those giant Iranian missiles, and it's about half as long as the missile would be. It would be about 50 feet long. At the very end would be the warhead. That warhead increasingly has been containing these. These are cluster munitions, and they mount about 80 of these on a single warhead. In Lebanon, Iran's main proxy in the region, Hezbollah, has stepped up rocket and drone fire at Israel, most intercepted. In response, Israel taking out building after building and ordering hundreds of thousands of residents of Beirut to flee. Several hundred have been killed there. Iran has begun conserving its missiles and drones and says it has enough of them to last for 6 months of war. Now, U.S. and Israeli officials here have said that they are not interested in a forever war, but what has become clear is that this is not going to be a short war either. Adriana.
Matt Gutman outside Tel Aviv, thank you so much. Americans are facing rising gas prices as this war continues. AAA says the average national price for a gallon of regular rose 48 cents in the past week. Nicole Killian is traveling with the president in Doral, Florida. Nicole, the president spoke about a number of topics, including gas prices and the new Iranian leader. What did he say?
President Trump said in a pair of interviews he's not happy, and we'll see what happens when asked about Iran's new leader, Moshtaba Khamenei. Before Iran named its new supreme leader Sunday, President Trump made clear he wanted a say in the process.
We want to pick a president that's not going to be leading their country into a war.
The president would not rule out putting U.S. boots on the ground as the Pentagon announced a 7th U.S. service member was killed from an attack in Saudi Arabia last week. On Saturday, the president and vice president saluted flag-draped cases carrying the remains of 6 U.S. soldiers in a dignified transfer. While the president defended the war effort, he blamed Iran for bombing a girls' school in the south of the country that killed dozens, even though a preliminary U.S. assessment later found the U.S. was likely responsible for the attack.
Based on what I've seen, that was done by Iran.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth told CBS's Major Garrett on 60 Minutes in an interview taped Friday the incident is still under investigation.
If you could tell the American public it definitively was not us, you would tell us, wouldn't you?
I would say that it's being investigated, which is the only answer I'm prepared to give.
The conflict is also impacting oil prices, which topped $100 a barrel overnight for the first time in 4 years, while gas prices are up nearly 50 cents over the past week.
It's catching people off guard. Now the gas is going way back up again.
The president predicted they'll eventually drop rapidly. Energy Secretary Chris Wright on Face the Nation.
They shouldn't go much higher than they are here because the world is very well supplied with oil.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is demanding President Trump immediately tap into the Strategic Petroleum Reserve to help lower prices at the pump. The Energy Secretary said the administration would only do it if needed. The president is set to address House Republicans at his Doral resort later today.
Nicole, thank you. We're learning new details about a scary attack on Rihanna's home. Police say a suspect shot multiple times at the pop superstar's Beverly Hills mansion. A source tells LA Times Rihanna was home, but thankfully unharmed. Officers took a suspect into custody. Carter Evans has the story. Carter, good morning. What is going on?
Well, good morning. We've now got security posted up outside, and they've actually put white tape over the bullet holes on the gate there. The LAPD says the weapon has been recovered, no injuries reported. Investigators haven't released the name of the suspect, and they're trying to determine if this was a random or targeted attack. Los Angeles police are investigating a shooting at the Beverly Hills home of 9-time Grammy winner Rihanna.
Approximately 10 shots heard and an unknown person shouting.
The shooting happened Sunday around 1:15 local time. Police say the suspect, a woman in her 30s, parked her car, a white Tesla, outside Rihanna's home and fired at least 7 gunshots before speeding off. Aerial footage showed multiple gunshot holes in the gate outside the home. Investigators say they also found assault rifle casings.
I was just washing dishes in my house and I heard shots and I was a little shocked. You know, we don't hear that kind of thing in this neighborhood.
Police say they arrested the suspect without incident after finding her car at a shopping center about 8 miles from the singer's home. Rihanna, whose real name is Robin Rihanna Fenty, hit the scene in the early 2000s with popular songs like Umbrella and Diamonds. Since then, she's built a successful business empire with her beauty brand Fenty. She and her partner, rapper A$AP Rocky, have been together since 2020 and have 3 children. Now, the LA Times reporting that Rihanna was home at the time. It's not clear if A$AP Rocky or her 3 children were also home at the time of the shooting, and there is still no word on a motive. Vlad?
All right, Carter, thank you very much. The FBI is now investigating after it says an improvised explosive device was thrown during rival protests outside the official residence of New York City's mayor. Mayor Zohran Mamdani, the city's first Muslim mayor, denounced the violence. Jerika Duncan has more from outside Gracie Mansion.
Protesters and counter-protesters of an anti-Islam rally clashed on New York City streets outside Gracie Mansion Saturday. Police allege 18-year-old Amir Balat threw an improvised explosive device into the crowd. You can then see him grab what may be a second device from 19-year-old Ibrahim Kayumi. Balat appears to try and light it before police chased him down the street, tackled Balat, and handcuffed him. Neither device exploded. Police also arrested Kayumi. Investigators are now looking into whether they were inspired by ISIS extremist messaging.
The devices appear to be a jar wrapped in black tape along with a hobby fuse.
On Sunday, a third suspicious device was found in connection with the investigation. The original anti-Islam protest was organized by far-right influencer Jake Lang, a January 6th insurrectionist who was granted clemency by President Trump. Mayor Zohran Mamdani, who is Muslim, said white supremacist Jake Lang organized a protest outside Gracie Mansion rooted in bigotry and racism. What followed, he said, was even more disturbing. CBS News law enforcement contributor Richard Esposito.
They will work. CIA's in there. They'll work hard now to take apart who else these people might be connected to, and in the longer term sense, are there people we need to watch?
The FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force is now investigating, which could mean federal charges could be next. Now, we're expected to learn more at a news conference right outside of Gracie Mansion later today. Adriana?
Jerika, thank you so much. Now to those deadly